What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about a bunch of different things tonight in this live stream. The first part will pertain toward Bitcoin Cash, and I'm going to BS a little bit in the beginning just to let some people roll in, so probably for like about 5 minutes or so. I do want to share this to the Discord, copy that link, and then booyah. I've got some music playing in the background. Please let me know if it's too distracting, if it's too loud, if it's just the right volume, if it's a little bit quiet. Everyone hop on. You guys can't see what I'm doing, I don't think. You can see my cursor moving, but you can't see what I'm doing. Now we're on the right screen. Okay, so BCH, Bitcoin Cash, yes. We're going to talk about specifically, and I'll just go over this before we get into it, Mr. Hat's request, and a couple other people mentioning some things also. I'll go over that as well. But he said he wanted me to do BCH BTC versus BCH USD. He wants me to copy the ticker and paste it, so we'll do that. Observations that he made, or that he'd like me to establish, is how does it differ from one BTC USD, which is inverse BTC USD. If it was the same as that chart, it would only make the opposite moves to BCH BTC, but it doesn't. So there are wrong assumptions on this. What logic do we have here? You know, I'm wondering, Mr. Hat, and you guys can't see this. Maybe I can try and bring this around. I don't know. I'll leave this. I'll leave this like this. I'll bring it on. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it so you guys can see it too. Let me just make this smaller real quick. And then we'll get this one going. Please let me know, guys, if the music's too loud or not. Let's see. Right there, and then this guy. Boom. Okay, so we're gonna pull this up. This is what Mr. Hat's observations are, right? And then this also, or his questions of the observations, I don't know. This is the ticker that he wants. And I'm wondering, Mr. Hat, if the reason why it's not the inverse that you would expect it to be, if it's because, is it doing BCH dash Coinbase BTC USD? So is it this, and then versus BCH USD again? Is it like on itself, not doing BCH BTC versus BCH USD? What if it's doing like this versus this, not these two versus this? You know, that's kind of my thoughts. And in which case, if you're trying to do BCH BTC also, you don't have to do this, right? Because you can just go BCH BTC right there, and have that on Coinbase, and now you can actually get your BCH BTC versus BCH USD, because that's what you wanted. And I know this isn't what you requested, but BCH USD Coinbase, BCH BCH BTC on Binance, because it has more historical data than Coinbase does for some reason, versus Bitcoin. If we entered that, I don't know what that would equal, right? It'd be the Bitcoin price versus the US dollar price, which I guess you would want it to be positive, right? You'd want it to be gaining value versus the dollar price. I don't know what that would mean. Anyways, let me check things out real quick. Let me pull some things up, see if anybody's in the chat so far. Shout out to everybody that is. I can't see anybody yet. I know I've been on a ramble, but again, I'm just kind of getting things figured out. Let's see here. What's going on? I got 14 people in the house. What's up, Juan Leva? How are you doing? What's up, Metal Detecting England? How's it going? Awesome. Wow. Good morning to you, sir, or madam. I don't know. I would assume sir, but I don't know. Women can metal detect too. It's just something that I see men do more often. But actually, I saw a woman metal detecting in the park the other day. But anyways, I'm just trying to think in concepts as to what this chart even is, right? Like trying to conceptualize BCH BTC versus BCH USD. You're getting the value of Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin and then you're getting that valued versus the value of it in dollars. I don't know. I don't know. Would that? Let me go to this real quick. would it not just be the same? No, it's not. I suppose you'd want it to just be positive, right? But it can't be negative. It goes down, it's negative. I don't know. What's up, T. Carter? How you doing? Where's the dragon? We're going to figure that out. I'm doing some kind of obscure analysis. It might scare some people away, but we'll get into the usual stuff after this. But I wanted to kind of deep dive. Still mega bullish on XCN. Yeah, I'm mega bullish on XCN. Actually, we can take a detour real quick and just look at that. I'm really mega bullish on XCN, man, because it doesn't even need to see new all-time highs to do crazy things. I do think it will see new all-time highs. But, I mean, just for perspective alone, from a high point, an all-time high point to an all-time low point, this fib here, if you were to return to your golden ratio zone from its current price, I mean, that's already a 12x, 13x, right? Let alone if it hits its 886 at like if this could be a worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, you're getting a 49x, something like that, right? Really, the worst case scenario is still like a 12, 13x, something like that, which is phenomenal. I definitely believe that it will achieve more or higher prices than that. I even think that it will see new all-time highs, and that from its current price would put it at like a 349x, 43x. The thing is this is a new coin, right? It's only been through a bear cycle. It hasn't been through a bull cycle before. We don't know how it's going to perform. So you see these numbers, you see how much potential it has. That shouldn't mean throw all of your money into it because it's new. We don't know. It has a lot of potential because it's new. A lot of risk comes a lot of reward. And this kind of reward does not come without risk, that's for sure. So XCN, for that reason, is not one of my biggest holdings. If it were to grow to the minimum capabilities that it has, let alone the maximum, it could be one of my biggest, if not the biggest holdings, you know. But that's the point. It's not my biggest hold now, and it could still become one of the biggest ones. It's good risk management. Don't bet the bank on something like this because you really don't know if it just pulls a 12, 13x or it flops completely. I very much do think it'll see a new high, but I mean, there's plenty of cryptos that we've eyeballed that are going to at least do a 12, 13x, if not more, right? So, and more likely like 20x's or higher. But again, just because of that potential does not mean that you should bet the farm on it. In fact, I would suggest not throwing the bank at it. There's just a little bit, right? It's a cheap coin, literally physically cheap on the USD, and it's cheap in market cap valuation. It has a lot of room to grow. Of course, you know, if you put a little bit of money here and then it goes all the way up here, you're going to be like, I should have thrown everything at it, but you never know, man. You never know. You could put everything that you have in it now. You'll be up here and you'll be like, why didn't I take a loan out? Why didn't I sell my car? Why didn't I ask my parents for money or borrow money from my, I don't know, whatever. Get an advance on my paychecks. I don't know. No matter how much you put in, you're always going to wish you put in more on the ones that do well, but you never know, right? For every one that does this, right, that hits the dream shot, there's tons that you're going to go through that don't, right? And that's why you don't put a lot of money, because this could just be like the majority of coins, right? Statistically speaking, it is probably, and that could imply that, you know, maybe we don't see this. Maybe we only see the 886, 786. Maybe we only see the 618, 69. And I'm being this like cautiously bearish or bullish, whatever you want to call it, because I do have high hopes for XCN. I really do think that it has a multi-hundred X in it from here. I really do. But that's why I like to focus on the worst outcomes, right? Because those are still great gains, even if it is a bad outcome. But that's why I like it, because even though it is a little bit more risky, it's got enough room for some decent rewards that even if it's bad, it's still going to be good. But that's why I don't put a whole lot of money in it. Again, I'm just repeating myself there, but this was supposed to be about Bitcoin Cash, getting me distracted there. Mr. Who was it? Metal Detecting England. What's up, Paul? Rock on time. Hell yeah. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Is that Paul O? Is that my boy? Ezekiel Alvarez. Hello from South Texas. What's up, my brother? Man, I'm from South Texas, actually. I don't know if I've ever said that. Thank you for taking... Yeah, no problem, my man. I got you. What's up, Memphis? Good to see you. So I'm still, somebody help me out in the comments if anybody's in here. Mr. Hat, especially if you're here, because you might have a better understanding of it. What we're looking at right now, you guys, is, and I want to pertain this beginning part, probably like the first like 10 to 20 minutes, specifically to Bitcoin Cash. We'll get distracted. It's a live stream, you know. But then we'll move on and do like the normal stuff throughout the live stream, be open to requests and stuff like that. Bust out the guitar, you know. BCH BTC. versus BCH USD. And the way Mr. Hat had it requested here is BCH USD dash. So it's like BCH USD versus Coinbase BTC USD, those versus this. But I don't know if that would be the same. I want to try it actually right now. Would that be the same as what I have here? Copy text. Let's see. Can I not? Am I able to paste? There we go. Yeah, that's not right. We don't want discord.com. Link to my TA. What the heck did I happen? What did I do? Let's see. Try to delete all of it back to where it was. Here we go. Okay, so this should be it. What the heck, man? Why did it get everything? Okay, here we go. And then enter. All that, man. Doesn't have readings here. Does it look the same, though? I wonder. We're on a weekly time frame. This does not look the same. Oh, it does. It looks very similar, yet different. Slightly different, right? And I wonder if that's because this takes it from like Coinbase. I wonder if it's because of different prices on Coinbase and Binance, right? Because I've got Binance on this one. They look very similar, don't they? Like extremely similar. It might be the exact same, actually. I'm curious. Let's look at it like this. High to low. 95.16% low to high. I'm just trying to get an idea of what all this means, okay? That's high. Am I in log? I am in log to low. 95, yeah, it's the exact same chart. Okay. So this is the same chart. Mr. Hat, I'm going to use this one. The one that oh, actually, they both have volume. I'm still going to use this one. I'm still going to use the one that I made. Even though it's the exact same chart. So that's good. But I'm trying to conceptualize. What's up, Gandalf? How you doing? What's up, Chad J? How you doing, brother? You cool, too. Thank you. Peaks Farm, how's it going? Hell yeah, bro. Mine, too. I've added a lot to it. I'm going to add more, actually, tomorrow, probably. Hit that like button, baby. You know, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. What's the origin of being super bullish on BCH? Okay, we can go over that a little bit, yeah. Moel. Poochie Green always has the best comments, man. What's up, Moel? Literally, if you guys ever see Poochie write a comment, he's got some jokes, man. He's really funny. Shout out to Poochie Green. So what the origin story of me being all super bullish on Bitcoin Cash was I suppose it originates with the idea that just the nature of being a contrarian, right? Being contrarian. You know, I'm just kind of that way naturally with people, but then in the crypto space, you hear about contrarianism a lot more, and I like took a deep kind of dive into that, and naturally you hear everybody say that this coin is a scam. It's the wannabe Bitcoin. This is the real Bitcoin. Naturally, your thoughts are, oh, well, I'll stay away from that, so you don't even look into it. But then, as a contrarian, your natural thoughts are, wait, maybe I should form my own opinion. Maybe I should, you know, not just take everyone else's word for it, look into it myself. And the more that I look into BCH, the more that I did, at least, and I still look into it a lot now, but this isn't new knowledge to me. I learned new things, but what I'm about to say is not new knowledge. I learn new things all the time about BCH, but there's plenty of things I do not understand. They're just above my head, but I try. But that BCH is just better than BTC. It literally is. It's not the scam Bitcoin. It's the better Bitcoin, and that's why I'm so bullish on it, because I think that there's this kind of like a stereotype in the space, or not just in crypto, but in stocks and everything. And it's something that people are aware of, right? It's always the thing that people are aware of, that they have their eyes on, or they know what it is, but they don't have the best understanding of it, and yet they just don't want to see it succeed. And in fact, they hate it and they want to see it fail. And I feel like that's Bitcoin Cash. I feel like that's ADA. I feel like that's XRP. I feel like that's Litecoin. I feel like there's a lot of coins, BNB, that are established, well-established, working products, right, that have been around for several cycles. And coins like that, especially coins like Bitcoin Cash, that get just like shit talked for no reason because there's one side or the other, and if you're not on this side, then clearly this side's a scam, right? If you're not on the BTC side and you're on BCH, then that's the scam side. But that's not how it is. It's really two sides, neither of which are scams, both trying to implement their. I mean, it's debatable the BTC way. If you read the book Hijacking Bitcoin by Roger Ver, you might have some debates on that topic. But just for all intents and purposes, there are people who work on Bitcoin who genuinely want to see it improve and genuinely want to make it out to be a better Bitcoin in itself too. There's other people that are involved that might want to hold it back intentionally for their own personal gains. But Bitcoin Cash itself, just the more you look into it, it's cheaper, it's faster, it's maybe more decentralized, maybe not. You know, I don't know the exact metrics on that. And it develops at a better rate, in my opinion, right? At a more kind of consistent rate, and something that allows it to become better as well. It's not just this like stagnant forever ecosystem, which there could be benefits to that as well. But I don't know, like when is the first tech ever the best tech, right? And oh, what's up, Mr. Hat? Just better and the original. What's up, my man? What's up, Prophet Bear? How you doing? Oh, thank you, Paul. You're the man too. Davey Lance, do you see the breakout of BCH BTC related to DXY falling? Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if the DXY falling would be directly correlated to that, but it can be. Absolutely, Davey, it can be. It's pretty common, but it doesn't have to be. But let's go BCH, BCHG. You know what BTC stands for? Beta test coin. I mean, kind of, yeah. Kind of. What up, Dragon Riders? Trust the chart. BCH retirement 2025. Boom. I like it. Mic drop. Nothing said. Everybody can go home now. We're done. I'm going to close the laptop. Where's the lava pump? A lava lamp. Dude, I need a lava lamp, Rum Runner. You guys, what color lava lamp? 20-gallon lava lamp should I get on that center table right there? Should it be a multicolored lava lamp that just changes colors? Should I have multiple lava lamps? Is there a style of a lava lamp that I should get that I'm not aware of, but it needs to be present? Tell me. Let's do this. Let's come to a community. I would make a poll. I might have to make a poll. You know what? We're going to make a poll. Let's see. I can do that, right? I have the power. Pop out, chat. No. Where is it? Mr. Hat taught me once upon a time. Oh, right here. Maybe. Start a poll. All right. Ask a question optional. I don't know. First off, yeah, sure. Lava lamp on table. Yes or no? We'll just start that one. And then whenever we get that one, a little bit later, I'll say what color lava lamp. All right, yes, 100% so far. We've got one vote in. I don't think I can vote, but it's looking like we're getting a yes. I don't know how my wife's going to feel about it, but I can just bust it out at nighttime, right? I'm going to vote yes on here. That's 8 votes. Oh, 1 no. We got 1 no so far. And now I can't get this damn thing off the screen. Let's see, dismiss. There we go. We'll dismiss it. Oh, black light velvet art. You know, Hamilton, I actually do have, if it wasn't in my daughter's room, I would go get it, but I have a friend who painted these glow-in-the-dark, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Just like shapes, like cool geometric shapes, like a yin and yang and a lotus thing, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not a yin and yang, but definitely a lotus flower. She used glow-in-the-dark paint, so it glows in the dark. I got 2 of those, actually. Caspa will be stepdaddy. Maybe, man. It might be the rich stepdaddy. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Drew. Let's see. Attaboy, Inspector Gadget. What's up? What's up? In the heat of the night. You know, in the lava heat of the night. Mr. Hat, you're in here. I saw that you're in here. So I got a question for you. Help me conceptualize, right? So we can move on and stop BSing. What is this? What is BCH BTC versus BCH USD? Like, what is this measured as, right? Because I put it in the way that you wanted me to put it in over here. I don't know if you saw that or not. it's the same chart. This is exactly what you requested. It's the same chart, but you don't get numbers this way for whatever reason. It doesn't give you numbers. But this one, it's literally like right. You can see it's, and I measured it. This is from top to bottom. This is the same top to bottom here. And I would assume the same low to high is the same there, but it's literally the same. They're just not scoped out the exact same way, right? Like quite literally the exact same chart. A little bit of a bigger wick here, right? And that's probably because it's on Coinbase versus Binance, you know, stuff like that. But the Binance BCH BTC chart goes back farther than the Coinbase one does. That's why I have it on here. Okay. Oh, to get the numbers, you just have to go to settings and change the decimals. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Got to have more decimals. Oh, well, but see, this one does, though. This one does, but this one doesn't. This one does. I don't know, and I bet I could change the settings, but I'm just gonna keep it on this one because I don't want to mess with it too much. I'm really trying to wonder. You missed the first 15 minutes. That's okay. The first 15 minutes, I was probably just initially asking people, what the hell is this that I'm looking at? Because I don't know how to conceptualize it. This is the value of Bitcoin Cash versus BTC's value to US dollars, right? It's the value of BCH to BTC. That value in dollars is what this would be, right? In Bitcoin Cash to USD dollars. It's the price of BCH in Bitcoin versus the price in US dollars. And that's not the same thing as Bitcoin Cash being worth a certain amount of Bitcoin, right? It's not the same. I don't know what to, like, what am I looking at here? Like what correlation does it have? BCH USD, maybe I can get a better idea if we just look at it like this. Maybe. Or maybe you have an explanation. The one that doesn't will show numbers if you add more decimals, like 15 decimals are the max. When flippening tomorrow, Fanta. It's happening. What's up, Fanta? How's it going? Okay, well we can look at it this one too if you want. I just don't know how to add decimals. Scales and lining. Value line, symbol. I don't know what to do here. Mr. Hat, help me out. Labels. No. I don't know. Symbol. Symbol. Symbol here. Precision default. Ahaha. There we go. There we go. Thank you, sir. Okay. There's that. I mean, I don't know. It's somewhat, I guess it's the same, right? 168. And then this is just 17. It just rounds it. It's the same chart. It literally is. I promise you, it's the exact same chart. I just think that's a cleaner way to write it. But looking at this here, I can compare it. BCH USD. What is it? Is what I'm trying to ask, right? Not just how to get it properly observed, but like, what are we looking at here? This is my question. Because it almost is inverse, right? It actually does look very inverse to BCH. And is it not? Is that what you were saying in the comments? Right? How does it differ from inverse BTC USD? Well, I mean, are you meaning BCH USD? Or are we supposed to compare it to inverse BTC USD? It only makes sense the opposites move to BCH BTC. Right, because BCH BTC would be inverse BCH USD. Not really. BCH BTC. Sorry. You meant BTC. Is that just the inverse BTC or not? I don't know. It seems like it's the inverse to BCH. Let's do it like this. Let's get your indicator on there. Let's actually do this. Sorry, I know you're typing a million miles an hour, and I'm like talking and then looking back. Seeing that volume as it climbed past 360 was awesome. As soon as we passed 346, the volume spiked. Yeah, thank you. No, Inspector Gadget, I'm on a little bit of a roll. It's normally when I'm on a roll at things. You know, normally I'm better at the long-term stuff, but if I was day trading, which I haven't been, a little bit here and there, but not on Bitcoin Cash, if I was day trading, I would have been doing good this week. Let's just leave it at that. But XCM will have its day. Mathematically, it would be the same as 1 BTC USD. I'm having a hard time conceptualizing. I can believe it, Mr. Hat, but only because it's not registering in my brain properly. I don't want to change the symbol. All right, I do want to change this. I want to go BTC USD. Because if it is inverse BTC, right, then we should just be at inverse this whole time. That would be what this is. And it is. So yes, Mr. Hat, essentially yes, you're right. 100% you're right. Apparently it's not perfect for whatever, but it's pretty damn perfect. I don't know. And maybe that's just a difference of exchanges, right? It also looks to be like very inverse BCH, right? Like this peak happened right at the low. This peak happened right at this low. You know, these lows here, like it moves down. This moves up. Like they definitely seem very inverse of each other as well. I wonder if we switch this to BTC. We're going to move on here in a second, guys, but I want to look at this just to help out with Mr. Hat. Unless you feel like I haven't fulfilled your needs, let me know, man. Let me know. It's pretty inverse BCH, but there's a little bit more of an established relationship here, huh? Times of correlation, which I don't get because this one just didn't move down as hard as this one moved up. I don't know what the necessary point of this chart would be, because if it is just an inverse, then you could just use the regular chart, right? You can assume what the inverse is. If this looks bad, then the other one would look good. If this looks good, the other one would look bad. I will say this one this one actually kind of does look good right now with this weekly RSI. It kind of does look like it wants to keep growing. Oh, maybe not. I might have spoken too soon, actually. Yeah, it looks like it's in a downtrend. Rejecting the 60. Okay, so hey, that's good there. Seems to be not quite the same as... yeah, Mr. Hat, looking at it, it definitely does seem it's not quite the same, but at the same time, like, it basically is. It looks pretty inverse. Mathematically it is, but I would think that the reason why it's not the exact same, why it's not registering as that on the correlation coefficient as a direct -1 is probably because of the discrepancies versus across the exchanges. You're getting insignificant slight discrepancies. Sometimes Binance will close like $100 more or a couple $100 more higher than Coinbase will on various cryptos, right? So that could be it. I don't know. Might just be a glitch in TradingView and it can't keep up with its own math. I don't know. But how much does it differ from 1 BTC? Not much, right? Not much. We saw that. We saw like it didn't differ much. Oops. Right? Because this is if it was to be -1, then it would be 1 over BTC. It would be inverse BTC. And it's pretty damn close to that, right? You're never outside of a -0.9. I mean, where does it differ? I don't know. Why does it differ? I don't know. Exchange arbitration, maybe. But why it differs, I don't have a good answer for that. I don't know if I'm just drawing a blank here in my mind, but I don't have a good answer for that. All right, guys, let's get into some more technical analysis. Enough of the grab ass here with Mr. Hat. Shout out to Mr. Hat on that note. Give him some love. And let's actually just like look at the price here, right? Let's go. Let's see. So BCH USD, yes, it's been a good little dragon the past few days, doing exactly what I've been calling for, thankfully. But as we all know, that won't last forever. Definitely, sometimes I'll be right, sometimes I'll be wrong. But yeah, we moved right down to that 230 area, held it as support, beautiful, moved up. We're getting a little bit more volume in, yes, more volume than we've seen. We're getting to this point here, this flat base where we're either looking to break out finally, or we might reject down and go lower, and that wouldn't be ideal, but volume is coming in. If we can get more volume, it's not enough. If we had more volume, like this volume over here, or more than that, and we were here, I'd be a bit concerned right now. But right now, this could just be like the leading up to the breakout volume. I'd really like to see us start moving up above that 376 area with some increased volume, with things that are above average, right? And for those of you that don't know how this operates, how I have it, the volume here, and you can all do this yourself, right? It doesn't even need to be green and red. It could be white, It could genuinely just be white and white. Like, it doesn't need to be green and red. Doesn't really necessarily matter. But that doesn't show up with the histogram so much. The histogram here that I have set up is the average. Okay, so whenever you get these bars above the histogram, these little faded lines here versus the bars themselves, that implies average volume. Where here it's coming up very much in line with the histogram. So essentially all that's saying is that's average volume based on the last volume 45 days or 45 4-hour candles, 45 periods. That's what that is. So 45 4-hour candles. Average volume for that time frame, right? Above average volume. This helps me determine if a move is more serious or not. If you're getting a movement up like this, you're closing above, you're getting a higher close here, but you've got below average volume and far inferior average volume or to your average volume, then of course you're probably not going to continue higher. You're closing higher and you've got no volume, you've got less than average volume, of course you're going to roll over and then make people feel like they need to sell, panic sell, get a little shake out if anybody bought up here, clear some longs before your pump, whatever you want to call it, stop hunt. And then as you move up, the people that could have bought here but were waiting to buy here or here or here, the people that could have bought here will start to feel that pressure. The people that bought here and sold here that felt like they were making the wrong decision because they bought here and they felt emotional, they'll still be emotional, be like, oh, I should have never sold them. They'll buy back. Like, you're going to have people buying back is the idea, right, on this next attempt up. And hopefully that we're having more volume as we move higher. I don't know. That's just kind of the idea here. But enough of that. Enough of that. 4-hour RSI looks good, bouncing off the 50. We are above the 60 right now, looking good. That's nice. It's literally exactly what I was asking for yesterday. Perfect. That's perfect. Only if we close this one green, though, right? So 52 minutes left. I don't know. It's not a friendly-looking candle right now on the 4-hour. Let's look at the 1-hour. I'll check out the comments in a second. Pretty good on your 1-hour, honestly. I like it. I think it will continue higher, yeah. The 4-hour would suggest it's going higher as well. I don't necessarily like this candle, but Bitcoin Cash can mess with us. It definitely can, right? We've seen this before. Bad candle, and then still went up higher. You know, I don't know. Let's see. Good candle here, that one, and we still went lower, right? So really we're just consolidating. We're shaving this flat top here, and we're probably going to bust through it any day now. It could be today. It could be tomorrow, but I would the sooner the better. Let's see. If it was the same as that, I don't know, Mr. Hat. I know, no, I saw it. I was pulling it up. No problem. Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry, man. I tried to pull it. I tried to figure it out as far as like what it goes. And the only logic that I have, and I don't know if it's sound logic, but this is what comes to my mind, and maybe it's I don't know if it's the truth or not, but my logic would be to that observation is that there's arbitrational differences on different exchanges, and you've got BCH versus BTC versus BCH USD. Is it all across Coinbase? Like, is it strictly just Coinbase, or like I don't know. Like, does it pull it from other exchanges? Because if we look at this real quick, watch PCH US or BTC. We go to Binance. No, let's go to Coinbase actually. Coinbase. We go on the month. This chart only goes back. Nope. To January 2018, and this chart goes back to July of 2017. So it's using different exchanges in here, right? Like, it can't all be, or if it is using Coinbase, then you've got, if it's all Coinbase, that doesn't make sense because you don't have the, well, it'd be BCH versus BTC. I guess that would make sense because BTC existed back here, but BCH, it did exist back here, and you have that on the USD. Never mind, I don't know. My only guess, man, as to why this very insignificant difference, why it's not a perfect -1, would be the arbitration. But if it's all in the same exchange, then that goes out the window. I don't know. I really don't know what to make of that. Honestly, it's a hard question. I barely have a grasp on the concept that I'm trying to answer, right? But BCH versus BTC, checking this out, and then we'll move on from there. It's just Coinbase. You're right. Yeah, you are. You're right. 74 people in the house. What's up, everybody? Say hey. or say, yo, dog. Hey, C-Zar, please, LTC analysis and target price in this bull run. Vikash, I got you, bro. LTC it is for our first one after this. How you doing? Scott loves crypto. YouTube loves you, or Scott loves YouTube. YouTube loves you too, my man. What are we going to do here? We're going to do BCH, BTC, chilling, consolidating, neutral monthly RSI, but kind of bullishly postured. Weekly RSI, holding the 40 area. I like it. It looks good. I really do like it a lot, actually. Held this area, held it nice. High to low. I would assume your next target is going to be about 78% of a Bitcoin. 0.0078 Bitcoins to 0.001 Bitcoins in that area. Whenever you break above this line here, the 886, it's on to 1.3.5%, 1.5%, or 1.8% of a Bitcoin. Or beyond, absolutely beyond. But we're approaching that time. It's just when, right? And if we look at how we've done it the last couple times, really any time versus Bitcoin, when we move up, we do it pretty fast. We move down slow, but we move up fast. Move up fast, slower than this, but still fast relative to like the moves down that we see, right? We definitely move up fast. So if we are expecting this next move to happen, not only would I expect it to happen like this, like in distance, obviously, right, but in time as well, I think that it would be a very quick effect to come into play. So sometime over the coming weeks, over the coming months, hopefully sooner than later. I'm hoping it's this month that we start to break out, but time will tell. Daily RSI looks productive, neutral but productive. 4-hour RSI looks good. Yeah. 4-hour. I don't know what to make of that. I guess it looks better than it looks worse, but it's not like the easiest kind of look there. And the daily, it's probably going to be disrespected because we've been moving sideways for so long. I don't know. Right, you got this separation. You move down here, you got the separation, but you're holding. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to move on from this. I think BCH is going to continue to move up. I definitely do. I don't think it's going to move lower. If it does, it'll be insignificant to the amount of upside that it has. But let's go over Litecoin here. What's up, Briar? What up, Spiritual Teas? I got XRP down on the list for you, my man. Yeah, XRP. Jesus coin, we can do that as well. How's everybody doing? Good to see you all. 86 people in the chat. What's up? Get to know each other. Say hi. Make friends, man. There's some friendly people in here. There's some not friendly people either, but they're still friendly if you're friendly to them. If she can get back over 420, it's back on. Yeah, 420 is a good number to get above. I think if it gets above 400, it's on. But yeah, 420, definitely. Look at the indicator, Ichimoku with 2060. Matt, Mr. Hat, do you want me to look at that on that chart you requested or specifically on BCH USD by itself? Let me know. Maybe just BCH USD. Profit Bear, never caught a live stream. Welcome, bro. Happy to have you. Thank you. Okay. Nice. Good job. Nice tax refund. Got you. Okay. If not, Profit Bear, my recommendation, and I'm not a financial advisor, but if it doesn't get here in time for the investment that you want to put it in, don't chase it. Just accept that the train left the station without you. It wasn't meant to be, and look for something else that's more suitable, something that hasn't taken off yet, right? Again, if you're trying to put it in an investment and you're hoping that your funds get there before the investment takes off, if the funds get there after the investment takes off, lick your wounds and put it somewhere else that hasn't taken off yet. Maybe put a little bit in if you want to, but that's just my non-financial advice, just from personal experience on what you should not do. Yeah, Nick Nelson, I do. I don't really use conventional moving averages all the time, but I mean, that's what this is, right? Those are exponential moving averages. It's a ribbon of them, right? A bunch of different EMAs from the 20 to the 55. On every chart I use the 123 moving average here. That's what that green line is, long-term moving average. Oh, my wife just turned on the TV. Hold on, guys. I think if I show it, it would ban it. It would ban the live stream. My wife turned it on out here on accident. She's trying to turn on TV in the other room. BCH BTC, guys, it looks really good. I want to keep reading these though. Let's see. But yeah, Nick Nelson, I use moving average, maybe not as much as I should, Nick. I might start implementing more. I've actually been thinking about that recently. I might have as much as 3, because for a long time when I was doing TradingView, before I started the channel, really, I didn't have the premium. So I'm just used to keeping it simple. And I have had it more sophisticated than this even before I started my channel, but I dumbed it down. I dumbed all this down because I want it to be easier for people to look at. When you've got a bunch of different indicators on here and you don't know what's what, like, it can get confusing for people. And I want to try and make my analysis understandable for the average person, right? I want it to be like somebody who's been doing technical analysis for 7 years, 10 years. They look at this and are like they can figure it out in 2 seconds, right? Like it's not something that's super sophisticated, but people who are new to this, that this is something new to them, I don't want it to seem like a foreign language, because even at a simple stance, it's going to seem like a foreign language, right? So I want to be the guy holding the door open to people's technical analysis experiences. So I try to keep it simple. But with that being said, I'm thinking about bringing on 2 more moving averages. We'll see. Shorter term moving averages. Or maybe just having a chart like this, and then a chart with those 2 moving averages up at all at once. I'm bouncing back and forth between ideas. Good evening, Noel or Noel. I know that both ways work. Yeah, Profit Bear is super friendly, but don't poke the bear. That's what they say. I think we all need to let as many people as possible about here opportunities. Yeah, I think so, man. Opportunities await abundantly. Don't chase them. They will make themselves known. On 4-hour time frame, BCH USD. Mr. Hat, what was it that you wanted me to do again? Ichimoku Cloud. Okay, we'll do it real quick. BCH USD. I'm just going to scrub everything, and then we'll put on the Ichimoku Cloud here. It's not on my favorites, and that's okay. Itchy. Is it itchy? How do I spell itchy? Is it just ICH? ICH. I'm familiar with the Ichimoku, but I'm not the most well versed in it, right? Inputs, what you want me to do: 20, 60, 120, 30. 20, 60, 120. I like these numbers. 30. All very time-based numbers: 20, 60, 120, 30. Yeah, I like those. 15's okay, 45's okay, 12 is even okay, but start doing some other things in there. All right, so this is BCH. As much as this might, this is what I mean, right? I don't like putting stuff like this because this can scare people. I mean, to me, I can see through it. I know what I'm looking at more or less. I don't know the ins and outs of this indicator completely. Probably not to the best of my abilities to be able to explain like what's going on with it. But I can at least see through it and like understand like, okay, you had a cross up here. Here's your green crossing to your red, and I feel like that would be a bad thing, right? You don't want to see your green cloud crossing into the negative. But as soon as it did, it was a good thing actually. You're getting into your cloud, which I know is a good thing as well, right? Getting into it's not a good thing, but you held it. You found support right there, or maybe getting into it is a good thing when it's green because that's support. That's like an area of like a buying zone. I don't know. And then you have these oscillators, the green one and the red one, shorter term and a longer term oscillator. I don't know what the point of those are, but Mr. Hat, tell me what you're getting out of this, my friend. You've done a great job explaining fibs. Thank you, Mr. Hat. I appreciate you, man. And it's a very basic understanding. And the thing about fibs too, before we get more into this, the thing about fibs, and if anybody wants to see, I'll do this real quick. If anybody wants to learn anything about fibs, they're not the most well-versed, most professional videos on the planet. I'm sure there's other people. Feel free to just look up all the videos you want from all the channels, right? You don't have to learn about crypto specifically through me. I feel like a lot of people in YouTube, they try to do that, and it's like, you guys should, I want you to find a channel that has better information than mine. Come back and tell me so I can learn too, man. I'm learning all the time. But playlists playlist. This is the only playlist right now. I think I have 2 or 3 videos in here. Fibonacci retracement tool education. If anybody wants to watch those, 2 videos is what it says, 2 videos. Very basic understandings. If you want to use it yourself, you'll see that it is easy. The difficult stuff that comes along with fibs is understanding, first off, where to place them. And it is very easy, but it kind of does involve some experience to know where not to place them, more so than knowing where to place them, if that makes sense. And then also with fibs, just understanding the relationships and the dynamics that play out between like different patterns in the fibs. What's normal, what's not normal, that kind of stuff. There are handbooks for, but that more or less will come from experience too, right? And I've got over 7 years of doing this stuff, so that's where, for me, I feel like, and for a lot of people who've done technical analysis for a while, you can look at a chart even if you don't understand the indicators, and you can see what's going on more or less. You can draw your comparisons. You don't need to know what all the formulas and all the equations do. Like this here, I don't understand everything about it, but I can see certain relationships, right? Your blue line starts to turn down here. That's your momentum line probably to some degree, and that's really bad. It starts moving up here, and look, your price is moving up as well. Same thing with your red line, right? Moving down, moving down. I would assume that when it starts moving up, that's a good signal in itself, right? Here you are moving up, and end of the bear market, probably, or I guess not the end of the bear market, but an end of a relative move. That was not our low. This is on a 4 hour, sorry. But the end of like a relative move down, and we started to move up, right? Then you cross down, it's kind of in the middle. I guess this time it's at the end. No indicator's perfect, but again, you can just kind of pick apart indicators. You don't need to understand everything. If you have a general understanding of technical analysis, you can kind of see and analyze things yourself. But that's why I don't do this. I normally have charts like this that are just more basic. But what's up, Martin Weathers? How you doing? Live stream. What's up? What's up? How's it going, everybody? We are BSing hard right now, guys. We're going to get serious in a second. Sup, basic channel. Dementia Joe, my friend, how you doing? Spell token? Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about some spells and witchcraft. It's not even October yet, man. Balloon, are you cow? You gotta be cow, bro. We're gonna do CLSK for you. I'm gonna put that on the list, okay? You asked for it on 4 hour and weekly. Okay, Mr. Hat. Is there anything that I'm missing on here before I move on? Do you think the 4 hour red cloud holds as resistance? Also go to weekly. It's very interesting. Okay, I'll look at that, yeah. I'm hoping it doesn't. Again, I don't know much about this indicator, but the way it looks, I would almost expect it to, right? It held as support last time, and you've just flipped red recently. So that would actually kind of make sense, and that would go against like what I'm calling for. But again, you do have your blue line flipped up here, which I don't know how significant that is, but it seems to be relatively significant. Could be starting to turn down, which is possible as well. Hard to say. Green line is back here, pointed up. That's where your support is, right? Is that what that would be? Maybe not. Support and resistance, depending. I don't know. Maybe it's not relevant like that. It's just a moving average to some degree. Or I really don't know. I don't know Ichimoku as well as I should. I had the opportunity to learn from somebody who used it a lot, and it made sense back in the day, and it still kind of like to some degree makes sense, but I just thought that it looked like too much. I wanted to keep it more simple. I wanted to do something that if I didn't have the indicator available to me, if I could just do basic math with it, which Fibonacci sequences and ratios you can do, and that's kind of where I fell into that. But I don't know. As of right now, yeah, 4 hour, it looks like it could hold resistance. That's very clean. It's very, very clean what it did there. Time will tell. Let's look at the weekly, right? That's what you wanted to look at. Okay, so the weekly is crossing green, right? So that's probably the interesting thing you're talking about, right? We are not only in the cloud, but we gotten above it and we're back in it, but from an upper point. Your red line is pointed upwards, and your green line and your blue line, they're all kind of like bullish. Is this what you're talking about? So on a weekly, it looks really bullish. On a 4 hour, it kind of looks bearish, maybe. Let's look at other examples, right? Like you found resistance here and then continue to move up. You found resistance right on it, and that didn't condemn you to lower prices, like slightly lower prices, yes, but not dramatically lower prices. Then you moved up, and then you moved down. I don't know. Look at this, right? Moved right before you were moving up, right before your breakout. So this could, I mean, maybe we see something like that where we get one more down move, right? But maybe a move that takes you down to like here, gets a higher high or a higher low in there, and then we start to move up. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Ichimoku, unfortunately, Mr. Hat. The thicker, let's see, but it does have a meaning, he says. Okay. Okay, if we're doing altcoin requests, VTC, I got you. VTC, Mr. Hat. I love it. We're doing this whole first part for you. And he's like, I still want to throw a request in there. No, I'm just giving you shit, man. Greed line is not as relevant, but it does have meaning. Okay. The thicker the cloud, the more likely it holds as resistance or support. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So in which case, looking at the weekly, it's pretty thin, but you are in a very thick cloud, which would mean it would likely hold as support, is what you're saying. And we've crossed green, so this is a good look, I'm assuming, right? And just all that to say, too, all these lines, your oscillators are pointed upwards as well. To me, it looks bullish. I don't know a lot about this indicator here, but it looks bullish. We don't even have a cloud on the monthly. We've just got cave drawings. What about the daily? For those of you that don't know what this indicator is, it's the Ichimoku, and I don't really know what it is either. We've got a dense cloud up there. Yeah, a lot of resistance to fight through. But we can, man. We're in our wiggle phase right now. We're in our wiggle phase, right? The goal is to break above 476, which is near the top of this cloud here. I don't know. All right. I'm going to refresh this. We're going to start talking about other things. So I stopped losing people. Raymond Ortiz, BCHG. I skipped you, bro. I'm going to put you on BCHG. Actually, we'll put you on right before Clean Spark because I think I skipped you. No, I didn't, actually. So I'm sorry. You're going to go after Clean Spark. You're going to go right ahead of Mr. Hat. I only skipped you by one. Sorry, Mr. Hat. I still believe the best is right around the corner, too, Sam. Yeah, absolutely. Indian Kitchen. I looked at Pepe 2.0 yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. But we can talk about it again. See Captain, oh, what's up, Captain Jack? Captain Jack getting silly over here. If you gon' flash, it gon' flash. Let's see. Getting very thin, so resistance is getting more and more likely to get broken. Nice, nice. Well, that's nice. What was your first target price in BCH? Vikash Kumar. Okay, we can do that real quick, and then we'll move on. I've got Litecoin, XRP, Jesus Coin, Spellcoin, Clean Spark, BCHG, VTC, and Pepe 2.0 on the docket, and we'll talk about those soon. My first target for BCH, for the all-time high, for like the cycle targets. Let's be pessimistic. Okay, the technical first target for this cycle's high could be this low. But I'm anticipating new all-time highs, like new all-time highs this cycle. So really, I think it's going to be 13K. That's my first target. Well, let's throw 2,700 on there. I think it's a worthwhile mention. We probably do find resistance here, but that's not going to be like our forever resistance. We'll probably continue to move up, and it won't take this much time. That puts us in September of 2026. But maybe we just have some kind of nice move up by the end of this year. Maybe we don't get up there by the end of this year, but sometime going into next year. Anyways, my first target, my main target would be 13K to 23K, and then 53K is possible as well, but I don't know if that's going to happen personally. I don't believe it. Just like 2,700 is possible, but I don't know if I believe that either. So really 13K, 23K, those are the targets that I have there. Let's move on. Let's talk about LTC. LYC, no, LTC, USD. We've already been in for an hour, guys. If you like the video, if you like the live stream, hit that like button. We'll be doing this for about another hour. And I got to call it, man. Got to call it. It's been a long day. It's been a fun day. It's been a good day, but a long day. Litecoin, weekly RSI, looking weak, looking sad. Simultaneously, it's kind of showing a little strength. Bouncing right off the oversold zone like that. Getting overbought, but not getting oversold at all this whole time. It's kind of nice. I believe that's the low. Pretty confident on that being the low, from a low point to a high point here. Right at your 1.414. You could move lower to 47. You could, but I don't know if you will. From a low point to a high point here. Didn't even hit your 1.272, and that's actually a really bullish look in itself. Pairing that with the bounce right off of your oversold zone. Pretty bullish look. You even closed below your 886 here, and you didn't hit that. Like it's not normal. You're at $62.10 now. I'd like to see you close above 62.24. Get back above this 886, not just on a weekly basis, but on a daily basis. I think you're working for that now. If not, if what you're about to do is reject here, I might be wrong. This might not be your low. If you reject here, if you get back below 57.64, okay, that line there, if you get back below 57.64, okay, you're probably going to go, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to go to $48 or lower. So don't reject this area. It's very important. It's actually very, I'm being silly, but very critical, very, very important level to get above is 62.24. Anytime this week would be nice. Any time today, tomorrow, whatever. Daily RSI is not the best looking, to be fair. The 4 hour looks really good, though. So that's nice. You've got that going for you, thankfully. Yeah, okay, so I do. I think that LTC is going to move up soon, very soon. I think it wants to, like right now, actually. It looks very good in the short-term time frames, yeah. That'll bleed into the long-term or the daily time frames. So, yeah, looking good, LTC, hopefully. Next target, again, first off, is like 10 cents higher or like 20 cents higher now than it is. But after you get above that 886, really what would really alleviate any stress of going lower than this would be to get above your 618 and stay above there at about 74.54. Let's just call it $75. Yeah, get above 75. That's your real goal. Ultimately, though, for right now, immediately, don't reject this area. Get above this area. Get a little bit higher. Just just a little bit. Climb your way up. Anyways, that's LTC. Let's talk about XRP. XRP, man. I hear people. I like XRP. I like the XRP army. I never thought I'd be one of those people that actually says that. I don't hold any XRP. I used to think XRP was a scam. I really did. Back here in this cycle, this part of the cycle, back here, I thought it was a scam. But once they got in the SEC, I guess maybe not back here so much because I forget when that SEC lawsuit was, but it was somewhere around this time, right? Once they got in that SEC, when was it? I don't, maybe it was sooner, maybe it was earlier than that. Once they got in the SEC lawsuit, I was a lot more pro XRP, and whenever they got in a tie with them, I was very much on their side. So yeah, I like XRP. But I hear people saying crazy things like XRP is going to go to $55 and have a $3 trillion market cap. I'm like, what are you guys smoking? Like, what? I don't know if that's, I mean, maybe, but not this cycle. Maybe eventually, maybe, but not this cycle. This cycle, XRP would be insanely lucky to get at $27, let alone 55, of which there's no targets. Really, you'd be more likely to go to 67 than 55, or perhaps it's based off of this as well. High to low. And I'm not saying you guys are saying this, but yeah, no targets there. I don't know. I could see XRP literally hitting $8 to $14 this cycle, $8 to $13.50, something like that. I don't see it going to 20s. I know that this already sounds crazy, but genuinely, I think that could happen this cycle. I very much do believe XRP will see new all-time highs this cycle. And I think there's a few cryptos, a handful of cryptos that look like this since the 2017 cycle. These are OG coins that are shrouded in disbelief and hate, right? That have had very bullish and phenomenal upbringings, but they've been boring for the last like 2 cycles now. And if it's not this cycle, I'd be surprised. But if it's not this cycle, then all this means that this is going to be for the next cycle. This is a long-term consolidation phase. It's going to break out to the upside. The question is when. I personally think XRP is going to break out this cycle. I think it's going to, if it breaks out from here, if it sees XRP moves, likely it would already see prices above this high. If it gets above this high, it's going to new all-time highs, guys. Like it really very likely is. It's been consolidating for a very long time, and damn it, I need my charger. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna get the charger. Or my wife's gonna grab the charger for me. She's so sweet. Can you guys hear this music? Let me know too. I've been letting it play all this time. Just let me know. All right, I'm back. I'm back. What was I going to say? What was I on about XRP? Yeah, you like it. Since you see these massive gain potentials in LTCN and BCHU, why aren't you investing in them? I'll answer that right now, YouTuber on YouTube. As I've said, and I've said this plenty of times, I just don't say it all the time, right? I'm not going to say it in every video. I like this, but I'm not going to invest in it, right? Like, it's just like a waste of air, in my opinion. But people ask, and you're entitled to ask that, and maybe you're not entitled to know that, but I think you are. I don't know. I'm going to answer the question. I would rather own the underlying asset than a derivative of the asset. I feel more comfortable buying Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin than I do paper Litecoin or paper Bitcoin Cash. Some people see it as an advantage or as a safer opportunity to buy the trust, and I get that. But when the trusts decorrelate from the underlying asset and they see dips because they have private placement sales come out that nobody who bought the trust, who speculated on it, agreed to that happening. That was just a decision that the trust made without the acknowledgement of any of the trust holders, the trustees, and they're just doing that themselves. When the trust has the power to do whatever they want, that is a security risk, in my opinion. That adds a level of risk. You get a large level of reward too. There's plenty of sophisticated, educated, well-rounded traders and investors who would prefer to invest in trusts than the underlying asset because they see it as a better financial opportunity, especially if it's in a trusted source custodian like Grayscale. I just see that as an inherent extra level of risk because you're not actually owning the asset, and I would rather own the asset. I'm far from the OG crypto bros who want everybody to use peer-to-peer money, like really believe, and I do want everybody to use peer-to-peer money. I do believe in the crypto revolution. I do believe like all these things, but I'm not as like gung-ho about it as some of these like OG people are. But I have been around in crypto since 2015. I've been very serious about it since 2017. I do have a little bit of that instilled in me, and that could be why I don't mess around with the trust, because in my head, in my heart, I believe it's better. It's fundamentally better, and part of why our financial system is flawed as a whole is because we have derivatives such as these. So it's just like a personal choice. It's like you eat chicken, I only eat fish, or maybe I'm vegetarian, whatever. But and BCHG, LTCN, those are your non-vegetarian options. I don't know, but it's not anything against them. I think they're going to do well, right? I personally don't hold them, and I love that because then when people say he just holds some of these trusts, so he's trying to shill them. I can be at, actually, I don't own any of them. I'm giving you my unbiased, genuine opinion. But good. I'm glad you like the music. Thank you, Shadow Frost. Appreciate you. Thank you, Risk Taker. I'm glad. It's from Skyrim. I love Skyrim. It's a video game. Shout out to Skyrim. They are okay with people using their music specifically for Skyrim related things. But if you give them shout outs, I think they're okay with it too. It's not, it like is and isn't copyrighted. It's one of those things that's okay as long as you're using it like in ways that they would approve of, and I think they'd approve of this. A, B, C, D, E. Is it? A, B, C, D. Is that it? Is it a triangle? Is that what this... Mr. Hat, is that what you're saying? Or am I counting it wrong? I don't know. I'm not the best with Elliott waves either, but it kind of actually does look like a triangle, doesn't it? Like not a running flat, but a triangle. It really does. It's a consolidation phase, man. And again, whether it breaks out this cycle or next cycle, it's going to be phenomenal. This is what I wanted to do with XRP before I got distracted. I'm going to focus back on the comments in a second, but you can see here, right? XRP, wild move. Monthly time frame. It took 12 months before it had its next top. So actually, let's measure to where it had its next wild move, which was actually 11 months. It took 11 months, okay? And then from here at the top, the end of the wild move, to your next wild move up that you had, that was 26 months. Okay, all the way up. Here, a lot shorter of a time frame, right? But before you had it, 7 months, okay? Bear market blues, oh no. It was about 34 months, the longest amount of time you'd seen, right, so far. I have a point, I promise, okay? From here, the last time that we saw crazy, no, this lawsuit with the SEC stuff was not, it was the potential for a crazy move. It was where something like this should have happened, but it didn't. That doesn't count. You can look at the chart and see what I'm talking about. When XRP likes to move up, it goes wild, right? That's the most wild it's been in a little while, but not really, right? 40 months. It's been 40 months since we've seen XRP let loose the goose. 40 months, the longest stint of time in this thing's history, right? I very much do believe that this cycle, it's going to break out to new all-time highs. I very much do believe that because it's already overdue. And when it makes its move, even during a weak cycle like last cycle, this movement here, right, let's just go from like the low point of this crazy move to the high point, not even the like actual low, but the low point to the high point. That move now, from the low point to the high point, would already take you to new all-time highs. This was during a very weak cycle. This was in the midst of the SEC lawsuit and everything, right, if I remember correctly. With all that in mind, if you're going to at least go to new all-time highs, then I would assume that you would at least go to $8.37 at a minimum. And all the hate, there was so much hate and disbelief on XRP, even when they won the lawsuit. Or they didn't win. It was a tie. It wasn't a win. Let's be straight. Let's get history right. XRP did not win the lawsuit. They tied. They lost part and they won part of it, right? Although they did appeal to the $2 billion fees that the SEC was trying to throw at them, and they got it reduced down by like 90% or more or something like that. So good for them. SEC is ridiculous. The SEC has absolutely been ridiculous, man, under this administration. They've never been so hostile. They were hostile toward crypto back in 2018 as well, actually. Very hostile, I will say. But they weren't as hostile last cycle as they've been in this cycle and bear cycle. Still kind of hostile, I guess. Because when did that SEC lawsuit? Maybe it was last cycle. Maybe they've just always been hostile. Anyways, we're fighting back. They tied their lawsuit, and that is a win, man. It's like when you go to Vegas. I always say this: when you go to Vegas and you break even, you're winning, right? If you're not losing, you're winning. And they did that. They haven't had a breakout. We haven't had a breakout in a long time. I doubt we're going to go a whole nother cycle without having a significant move like XRP likes to do. And the only plausible area that I could see is $3.37. Now, if you take in the last cycle's high to current cycle low into consideration, okay, maybe you only go here. But that's probably not true, right? Because from a low point to a high point of this last crazy move that we really had, you would already be at new all-time highs, okay? So from a high point to a low point here, you'd be above that 1272. The 1414, okay, I could see that. 1618 up there, I could see that too. Maybe you go above $8, maybe you reach for $10. You go just above your 1272 and into here. All that kind of stuff makes sense. But I would think at least $4.20, at least to new all-time highs is where XRP would go. But I'm personally thinking around double that or more is what it has for its potential. So any day now, XRP is at the point where if you're waiting on it to go lower, you could wake up tomorrow and it sees a week that's bigger than this week, right? You could like it's at that point, it's overdue. It's overdue. And whether you like it or you don't like it, I'm not invested in it myself. This is a truly unbiased opinion. There's a lot of hate on it. It's been doing well. Its structure looks phenomenal. It's in a very positive looking consolidation phase, and it's overdue for a breakout. Is it going to be to the upside or the downside? They're the only crypto to go up against the SEC and not lose. I don't know. I think it's about to rip personally, but time will tell. There's a lot of doubt, but fundamentally it's probably never been better than it has been right now. So, and doubt is the best kind of fuel to the fire. Let's see here. Let's see. I do have to sleep, risk taker. I very much do. It does. Mr. Hat, it does look like an Elliott triangle. What would, if we go here, we're spending so much time. I love this stuff, you guys. Like, I'm literally a nerd when it comes to technical analysis, okay? I don't know if maybe that's why I've got 77 people here, because I feel like this is not one of the most put together streams that I've had. But for some reason, I'm retaining a lot of you. Maybe you're a bunch of nerds like me and you just like to figure this stuff out together too. Because it's sophisticated, but not like you can figure it out if you just try to, right? And that's what we're doing right here. We're going to Elliott Waves on the patternsite.com. It's totally free. Elliott Wave. Thomas Wolkowski, well-respected person. Triangles, ascending, ending, leading. Triangle symmetrical, broadening. Triangle running. It might be triangle running, right? Like this, Is this your A, B, C, D, E? Kind of. It kind of looks like that, although it doesn't have the higher peak here, right? Does it need a higher peak? A, B, C, D, E. Only if it's breaking out to the upside. That's what that's saying. Let's see. A coming down into it. A going up into it. A coming down into it, so that's a good thing, right? I think that's what that means. I'm not going to read through all this because I have the reading rate of a 8th grader, maybe of a 5th grader. I'm being too kind to myself. But wave B runs beyond the start of wave A. Okay, so it has to do that. So that automatically is not what that is. It could be some kind of triangle, though. Maybe it's just not a running triangle. Triangle symmetrical? It could be. It's kind of symmetrical, actually. I don't know. And in which case, it doesn't have to be in there. It is kind of symmetrical. Like, really, if you look at it. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but it is kind of symmetrical. I don't know. I could see it, Mr. Hat. I definitely see it. I don't think you're crazy there. I think you're on point. All right. XLM H bar, just like H. Dude, H bar. What I was looking at a chart with H bar. There was something. I can't think of what it was. Maybe it's H bar. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna cut in with H bar real quick. He didn't request this. I'm just doing this on my own. But maybe it was the BTC chart. It's at its all-time lows. This might have been what it is. I think H bar is about to rip, man. I do. I think it is. Some people look at this and are like, God, that's terrible. And yes, I mean, from here to there, yes, it is. But opportunity. 3 times you've been down here. I guess 4 times, right? And most of the time it results in you going back all the way up here. That's a lot of gains versus Bitcoin. Weekly RSI does look a bit sad. Daily RSI looks a bit productive, or potential to be productive. I don't know. I feel like it was something else, but I can't remember. Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about Jesus Coin. XMR is going to do well too, of course. I didn't mean to leave that on red there. Jesus Coin, not used car. A little bit of funsies, a little bit for funsies right now. I'm going to read through some comments real quick. Good, that knock life. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Okay, cool. Since you see these massive gain potentials in LTC and BCH. Okay, I already answered that one. Good, hell yeah. Oh, you're trying to, it's relaxing and you're trying to stay up. Oh, I got you. People are saying music's good. If one person says the music is bad, I will turn it off. And that'll ruin the fun for everybody, but at least, you know, I think we'd all have fun even without the music, right? But if somebody's not having fun with it, I think it's just fair, right? We don't have to have it on. We could listen to music, maybe, and listen to this video on your own, maybe. I don't know how that would work. I kind of have an idea, but enough talking. Music is perfect. A lot of people are saying, okay, well, that's awesome. I love that. They smoking that sacred mountain weed. Who, Dimension Joe, who is? I'm forgetting what I was referring to. So how about ADA? I used to think this would take over the world, but yeah, Cardano is still 10th market cap. I think ADA has a place. I think it's just like XRP. There's a lot of doubt shrouding it right now. I don't think it's going to perform as well as it did last cycle. Absolutely not. I think people are about to have their hopes and dreams hurt, right? Like XRP and LTC and Bitcoin Cash, we can see good projects still develop and work on themselves and consolidate for multiple cycles. Unfortunately, this might be ADA's time to consolidate for multiple cycles. That's not the right chart. We want to use this one, right? Perhaps this is its consolidation zone, right? We're at the lower ends of it. I do believe it's going to go up. I just don't believe it's going to see new all-time highs this cycle. And then perhaps next cycle, in the bear cycle, we can delete all this, right? Perhaps you move up, you move down, but you've got this overall higher low trend, right? You come down a good bit. I mean, maybe you're near all-time highs or at new all-time highs, whatever. You drop 80%, something like that. And then the next cycle, you're in this long phase of consolidation. That's when you really rip. I don't know. I'm drawing. It's not going to happen like this at all. I'd be insanely lucky and surprised if it did, but just an idea, right? I bet you do go up. I don't think you see new all-time highs. I just don't think it's the cycle for that. It could be, though. But I do think ADA is about to rip. I do. High to low. I mean, I would think it can definitely see prices above $2 this cycle. at least above $1 and like 20 cents at least, but probably above 2. And if it breaks above 232, well, then you are onto new all-time highs. But I'm skipping people, man. I'm not trying to. Yeah, ADA. I don't think it's going to be so easily defeated because it is pretty decentralized too, I think. But from fundamentals, I hate XRP. TA looks fine, but not amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't invest in it either, Mr. Hat. I hear what you're saying, man. I think there are things with better fundamentals out there, right? There's better fundamentals. Well, it's debatable if there's anything with better fundamentals than BTC. I know that's blasphemy to the BCH community. Shout out to the Dragon Riders, by the way. But you know, its upbringing, everything that it's gone through, it is the most popular coin, and that matters. Being the most popular crypto is the best fundamental in itself. It can be fragile, right? But not. Maybe it's not fragile, and maybe that's why it's the best. I don't know. But you can have things that have better fundamentals than Bitcoin on certain levels and still not be as valued as it, right? That's what I was trying to say. You bought BTC cheap then? Yeah, man. The cheapest Bitcoin that I ever bought was worth like $200, $250, something like that. I did not hold it. I did not hold. I'm not one of those guys. I wish I was. I'm not one of those guys. I don't have like a lost laptop or a wallet that has like thousands or hundreds of Bitcoins or anything like that. No, I was going to, man. The plan was to put every paycheck I had into it, and I genuinely forgot about crypto. It just like spaced my mind, man. I went on summer vacation instead and like partied with my friends, but went to Vegas, stuff like that. Then 2017 came around. I'm like, oh man, I forgot. I was supposed to put money into this thing, and I took it a lot more seriously after 2017. So, but no, I don't actually technically, full disclosure, could own multiple Bitcoins, but I don't even own one Bitcoin right now personally. I don't. Deshuffle. Mo-L, but yes, I did. I've bought in several Bitcoins at less than $300, several at one point. Thank you, Risk Taker. This is my go-to channel for crypto analysis. The faithful citizen in the house. He is a faithful citizen. We can attest to that. That comment attests to that in itself. I'd rather own the crypto than grayscale funds, but I trust. But just so you guys know, if you guys have a retirement account, you can invest in the trust and make good money. Yeah. I would agree with that, GA. Yeah, and I trust the trusts. I've even owned some of the trusts before, but I feel better about buying the underlying asset. You know, it's to each their own. It's just a personal thing. Again, it's more of like a philosophy that was beaten into me at a younger age, like 9 years ago or 7 years ago. Dear C-Zar, can you please check on ENA Athena? If I can just find my pen, dear Andy1. Here it is. ENA, that's what you want me to do? ENA. We've got Jesus. We're going to talk about Jesus, Spellcoin, CleanSpark, BCHG, VTC, and Pepe 2.0, and then ENA. Yes, XRP does reward the patient. Probably will. The knock life, what do you think of the fib from the first cycle on XRP with the one on 0.06 in the okay, let's just look at that real quick because we were just talking about XRP. Bottom of the first cycle, 0.06, so the top, right? That's probably what you're saying. It looks respected. Yeah, look at that. Your 2618, your double golden ratio is right there at your 1272. It makes sense. Yeah, this happens a lot, not just in XRP, not just in crypto, but in all kinds of charts. You take that very first, like all-time high to all-time low consolidation phase, this first segment, and you'll see it respected years down the line. Absolutely, and it is absolutely. It's being respected right now, right? Found resistance right at the 1886. Found support right at the 1618. Constructive. Found resistance right at the 2272, right at the 200 level itself, which is not a fib level, but it's an area I've identified as common to find significance as on. High to low here, lining up with your 1272. Yeah, it's relevant. Yeah, I think this is a good one. I didn't look at it, but yeah, it's a good one. Adds to the idea that you will see prices above $8, in my opinion. That's what that adds to. All right, let's really move on, though. Let's talk about Jesus Coin. I'll read a couple more of these comments, actually, and then we'll get to Jesus Coin. People like an ICP. BTC and ETH got ETFs, but not BCH ETF. Yeah, yeah. Yep. I think we don't need the ETF, man. I think we're better off without it, personally, but it'll probably come at some point. What's up, Sleepy Man? Symmetrical, I see it too, Mr. Hat. I see it, man. These are old comments, aren't they? Bobby C saying Caspa's King. What's up, Bobby C? Good to see you, man. Going to be a late stream. Maybe, man, maybe. American Air's stock is going to be huge. Is it? We're going to throw AA on the list. Bobby C. Bobby C. What's going on, man? Drew, it's over. Keep the music just for me. We'll keep it. Okay, just for you. Just for Drew. Just for Drew, it's over. We're keeping the music on. Nobody else. Interesting find on Jesus. The Jesus to ETH chart on TradingView is outperforming the Jesus USD chart. I didn't see that, but I can check it out. Let's see. Did you bite Andreas? Yeah. Man, I didn't realize how far behind on comments I was. I'm going to get into Jesus real quick, but I want to get on to all these comments here. You have to find a way to reduce the stream daily. You have to find a way to reduce the stream delay. Oh, it's way too much. There's probably a delay setting on YouTube Studio. Mr. Hat, I don't think there's a stream delay. I think I'm just behind on the comments, man. I think I'm really behind on them, honestly. You guys hit me with a bunch of comments, and I'm just a slow reader, man. I really am a slow reader. I can skim things really fast. Like, you give me a list, you give me a word search, I can do that stuff really easy. But I'm not a fast reader. Link, we'll put link on there. I did skip a bunch of comments just so I'm not reading through this the whole time. So I'm sorry if I skipped you, but if I didn't say your request, just go ahead and throw it on there. Mana, BBL, I'm going to throw Mana on there. Sorry. Okay, we're going to start talking. We're going to do some more TA. Blasphemous. Let's look at Jesus add kicks in haha. JK, much love, C-Zar. I don't know, Prophet Bear. We're going to look at add kicks. I'm going to add kicks in. Like some drum kicks? I don't know, man. Round earth is lava. You guys, what is this? Is lava thing? BSing is lava right now, okay? So we're going to get to work. Jesus Coin moving up a little bit. Nice to see it. Had a little bit of a positive recalibration last week, moving up about 26%. On the weekly RSI, we're very neutral with a bearish kind of tilt, but it's looking productive at the same time. So maybe on the weaker end, but with a bullish kind of tilt, actually. But on the daily time frame here, above the 50, which is nice to see. I'd like to see us get above the 60, keep moving up. We are reaching for this line, this 123 moving average, which has given us a bit of trouble since January. Finding resistance on it time and time again, not able to maintain prices above it, just below it. Not the best look, not the most fun. But the daily RSI is looking a little bit exciting. It'd be really nice to see it get above 60. If we can do that, that's when we get some of our nicer moves. And starting a move like this from here would be nice. That would probably take us to new highs. I do believe Jesus Coin is in some kind of broadening pattern right now, a megaphone pattern, right? I think if we're looking at it like this, it's pretty obvious. No, it's not the most respected. It does leak these lines a little bit. Maybe it's more like this. Maybe it's more like this. I don't know. But either way, it's a broadening pattern, and it's very low liquidity. So I think that leaking through this line is okay. This could imply that we move all the way up here to this zone, right? Depending on how and when we move up there. This also could be a very bearish setup. We have to be careful now, okay? Because right now we're in a very delicate position where we could have a partial incline, partial rise, which is where you reach for this line, but you reject it. And if we reject it, if we were to go back below this level here, if we were to like climb above this level and then get prices back below this level, we're likely going to break out of this to the downside. And it would be this would be devastating, you guys, for Jesus Coin. So we don't want to see that. I hold a good bit of Jesus Coin. Full disclosure, I'm in the top 200 wallets out of like 16,000, right? 16,000 total wallets. How many? 16,624. The first like 1,800 of these wallets, 2,000, they don't even hold $1 worth. So maybe more like 14,000 holders, but still top 200 in there. So I don't want to see it go down, right? But I'm just being blunt with you guys, right? As to what could happen. So we want to see this thing break out on this next attempt, okay? Again, anything less than breaking out of this would likely be bad. Just very, it's not common that you would get like something like that significant and you just like kind of work your way up like this. No, we're not going to move up in a straight line, right? We can have pullbacks along the way, but if it looks like we're having a throwback, if we get above here and then somehow get prices back below here, that would just be devastating. It would be very devastating. So we don't want to see that. We want to get above there, and really, let's see, from a relative high point to a low point here, 1272 is up there. By the end of this month, we could do that. It's possible, absolutely. Jesus Coin loves to move up very fast, and I don't know if there's any big kind of events going on. I haven't been keeping up with the group chat on X, and I should be, but yeah, it could be moving up, man. Getting above this line, breaking out of this positively is what we want to see. We absolutely want to see this, and I think it will. It's just a matter of time. The ultimate targets for Jesus Coin, if we were to see new all-time highs. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a 2-hour time frame there. I meant to go on a weekly time frame. High to low. Ultimate target is 501. You're at 7083 right now, so 501. Basically 5011 to 5025, that area. All right, so that's Jesus Coin. Let's move on. Spell. Spell token. Spell. Okay. At about half a cent. On your daily time frame, I don't like your RSI. It would suggest you have lower to go. Lower to go from here. Maybe not lower to go from here. Maybe not lower than that low, just lower to go from its current price. If that makes sense. From a high to a low here, right around your 382, yeah, you could probably go a little lower. You're at 0.00051 right now. Maybe down to 30464, somewhere around there. Find support, recoup, and then move up. That could make sense. I wouldn't be surprised. 4 hour. Yeah, it looks like you want to move down. You had your chance to show strength, and you did for a second, but you're probably going to move down. So yeah, a little bit down. Back around to 3046. That's my best guess. 47, 46, something like that, right? Do not panic if you go below this line. It's okay. Maybe start to panic if you close below this line. It's okay to wick below, but you don't want to close below it, okay? And rejoice and be happy when you start closing above this line again, okay? And if I'm wrong and you don't move down there and you just start moving up, well, great. You'll know that I'm wrong, really, if you close above this 618, which is at about 306279. Look forward to proving me wrong if you want to prove me wrong, right? But I don't know if that's going to happen. It could. Been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. But that's my opinion of Spell. I think it's going to move down a little bit. Clean Spark. Clean Spark, CLSK. It looks so bad, man. It looks so. I mean, it looks good, just like this, just falling off a cliff like that. The RSI just looks so bad. It is a lower low than this low over here, so that in a sense is good. If we look at the relative low here to high here, right in the golden ratio pocket, it's fine, right? It just looks so bad compared to what it was for months, man, for months. Definitely didn't expect it to move to the downside. This is one of those where I was wrong moments, right? We'll probably have several of those pointed out throughout the stream. I need to get some more water. From a low point to a, nope, that's not it. Low point to a high point. Move down to our 1618, 1886 area. Today we actually moved down to the 1618, bounced off it. We've got this dragonfly doji, or whatever you want to call it, down here. I don't know if it is a dragonfly. It kind of looks like it, but the body might be too thick. I don't know. If you zoom it like this, it looks more like a dragonfly. But it looks bullish nonetheless. So I do think that Clean Spark, with this move down, it's a little bit of a shakeout, a scare, if you will. Looking like a breakout move, right? But if this happened to the upside, if we broke out like that, but to the upside, and we had this level of volume, I would be concerned that it would get thrown back. Vice versa, inversely to that. Breaking out like this with this very little volume, I would think that it gets thrown back as well. So not worried about it. I think it is going to move up. The general targets have only gone up And I love it when people laugh at this, right? I'll say if it moves lower, it's only going to be better. People are like, oh, if it goes lower, it's a good thing. Sometimes it is, man, because you get a deeper retracement, right? You see this from a high to a low. This is what we had before. Your 1272 was $29. That was your minimum expected target. But now you have it down here, which makes your minimum expected target $32. 29 to 32 doesn't seem that significant, but that's over a 10% difference, right? It's pretty significant, in my opinion. And that's just the minimum target went up 10%. The maximum target's at 45, and we often do go to the 1618, the $45 and just above that, where before it was at about 36 bucks. So going up to 40, what was that, 45, 48? What is it? Nope, not that. 45, that's not bad. That's not a bad increase for this drop, right? That drop only enhanced your target areas. From a high to a low point here, right up to your 1618, just above it, right? And I remember we called that move perfectly back there, from the low to the high there. I bought back here, didn't call that perfectly, but at the low I bought more here and bought some call options, and we exited right at the top there. Remember that. Oh, that was so nice while it lasted. Right up above the 618 here as well, 1618 right there. So, and I'm pretty sure we did that over here too. Go to the high, go to the low. Not every chart above the 1618 here, actually above the 200. Not every chart, you guys, is going to respect these fib levels. And a lot of you, the 58 people who are still here, thank you all for being here, by the way. Hit that like button if you haven't. A lot of you probably understand that not every chart is going to respect the same fib levels. But for those of you that don't, understand that just because this chart respects the 1618 a lot, or the point whatever a lot, doesn't mean the next one will. Oftentimes charts, like people, have their own personalities and their own dynamics and their own areas of respect that they have, right? And it takes some time to get to know them, right? So just because you see this being really significant, and don't get me wrong, the 1618, it's the golden extension, it's the golden ratio. Of course it's going to be respected. Of course it is, right? This isn't the expected zone in itself. It's there for a reason. But not always is it going to be this well respected. That's all I'm trying to say. With that in mind, again, taking this idea into play from high to low, the 1618 is all the way up at 45 bucks, just above your all-time highs, or your previous cycle highs here. Wouldn't surprise me if you made a run over here, found some resistance up here, consolidated, blah, 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 and then moved on. Just like that. All right. That's Clean Spark. Let's look next at BCHG. This one will be quick. I'll do a more in-depth video on BCHG and LTCN tomorrow. But it'll be quick because we talked about BCH so much already. Down 5.5% this week already, with the first opening day. Looking fine. You're kind of in a symmetrical triangle down here, aren't you? Yeah, that's what they call a pennant. Now, pennants are inherently neutral patterns, right? A pennant or a symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangles, though, are different from pennants, right? Because a symmetrical triangle is like a larger pattern. Pennants are like the flag of a bull flag, right? It's like the consolidation phase of a it's the less significant part of a more significant move. Where like this whole thing, it's not a symmetrical triangle, or I guess it could be to some degree. Maybe it is, but it's probably more likely like a falling wedge. But that would be like a symmetrical triangle, where this is more like a pennant. But a pennant is a symmetrical triangle, but that's where their differences are. In fact, if we look at this, the pattern site, referencing this again, go to, it would be chart patterns. We're going to go to P's. LMNOHIP. There we go. Pennants. There we go. Pennant. Just like that. Yeah. Just like that. Little symmetrical triangle. It doesn't have to be fulfilled all the way, but oftentimes it is in my experience. But can be any direction leading to the chart pattern. Looks like a short symmetrical triangle. Yes, short. See, smaller. Prices move between two converting trend lines. Yes, yes, yes. Converging trend lines. Sorry. Pennants are short, 3 weeks long or less. Patterns longer that are symmetrical triangles rising. So yes, so that's cool. He agrees with me, or at least I agree with him. Flagpole, which leads to the pennant, should be unusually steep and last several days. So it's like a bull flag or a bear flag, right? It's basically essentially like that. And it's got a gap, but that's a pretty steep flagpole, right? So essentially, we'd like to break this out to the upside, right? I'm not going to read all of that. You can read it if you want. You can go through it. There's all these things, explanations, half staff, measurable, pennant tilt, whatever. all these different things, which some people would actually call a wedge instead of a pennant. But you can see how it's like a bull flag or a bear flag in this case, right? It's like the exact same thing. A flag is more parallel, right? That's the difference, but they're the same thing, more or less, right? How you measure it is right here. I'm not going to keep it on there for too long, but BCHG, right? If we take into consideration that this is probably your flagpole here, right? From like this high down to the low. High down to low. That's your pole. If you break out of this, whether it be bullish or bearish, right? And there's, come on now, there's that for the downward sloping trend line. There's this for the upward sloping trend line. Maybe it is breaking out to the downside. I don't know. Or maybe it's getting to its breakout point. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe it's more supposed to be like this. I don't know. But if that's the case, then wherever we break out, if we're breaking out to the upside, it would be here. That put us at about 1561 on BCHG for the breakout move. And that doesn't have to happen overnight. Or if we break to the downside, that could send us all the way down below $3. So hopefully we don't see that. And that's a rough drawing. You know, it's not the best looking like flag, to be completely fair. It's kind of like curved, but anyways, neutral pattern. What's nice about it, the whole point I'm talking about it so much really, is that you can kind of see with the naked eye where it would break, right? And hopefully not a fake out, because that would just throw us off a little bit, but you can see. So we're at that low point now. We want to see a positive day tomorrow. We don't want to get below this. We want to see a positive day. Like from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, we want to see a positive. We want it to open with a gap to the upside. That's what we want, right? We don't want it to move down. But anyways, that's BCHG. The 3 hour looks somewhat productive in a sense, I suppose. Still weak, kind of. Daily RSI looks very sad. Looking like a rejection off the overbought zone, or oversold zone. So what you need to do is have tomorrow close green. That way you can get out of the oversold zone. If not only are you breaking this pennant, but you're getting back into the oversold zone. And absolutely, I could see BCHG moving lower than this low, moving down below 528. If tomorrow doesn't close green, or at least neutral, certainly if it closes lower, if we break out of this kind of pennant formation, it wouldn't look good. So that's the goal, close green, BCHG, that's that. VTC, Vertcoin on CoinX for Mr. Hat here. I'll read some comments, hold on now. Yeah, man. Yeah, fees, bro. Fees on trades can eat you alive. Absolutely, you can have the best trade get eaten alive by fees. Reading what you guys are talking about there. Let's see. Not a whole lot. Okay, cool. We're just watching. That's cool. Small amounts first. My request. Yay, we're here. And I had to take a pause, Mr. Hat. I'm sorry. All right, we're here. Mr. Hat's like, just do it, man, so I can go to bed or do whatever it is that make your hats. I don't know. Ichimoku Cloud with these settings on weekly time frame. Hit me with your settings, bro. I'll do them. You gave them to me earlier, but I'm not going to scroll all the way through it. You know what? While you're doing that, I'm going to go get some more water so that I can clear my throat out a little bit better. All right, I'm back. Hope you enjoyed the soothing sounds, but not violent sounds of Skyrim music. Although this part has a dragon, so maybe it is the more violent part. I don't know. Shout out to the Dragon Riders on that note. Mr. Hat, 2060, 12030. I should have remembered that, actually. We're going to start anew with this one as well. That way there's nothing messing with us. Everybody flood the comments so that I lose the settings, okay? Do it. Do it, do it. 2060. 120. You can't now. Nope. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Damn it. Maybe you can do it now, Ichimoku. 20. 60. 120. 30. All right, Mr. Hat. I'm sorry that I keep clearing my throat. I'm not sorry. I need to clear my throat, but it's annoying. It's definitely annoying. So looking at it on what time frame? Weekly time frame. Bro, I am a slow reader, Mr. Hat, but also the delay. Definitely the delay. Yes, it did. It did. Hell yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you. What's up, Hussein Mashkor. Hussein Al Mashkor. I know. I definitely, dude, I really do. I wonder, you know what, I've wanted to do this on a live stream. I want to test my reading capabilities, right? I could do a test and like to what line I get to, like what would my words per minute be? I can't, man, but I can skim. I really can. I know that doesn't make sense. It's like I can't run fast, but I can jump far. I don't know, but like I can skim things really, really fast with my eyes, like really, really fast actually. But I can't read. But like if I had a list of words and I needed to find something, I can find it really, really fast. That's not like a superpower or anything, but it's what I cling to in moments like this when I'm backed against a wall and people are calling me out for being a slow reader, because I am, guys. I'm a mathematical mind. I love math. I love science. I love it. I suck at reading. I really do. I'm not bad at it. I'm just slow at it, actually, right? That doesn't mean I'm bad at it, but all right, Mr. Hat, I hope you're getting something out of this. I don't know what to make of it. From what you've told me, this is a very dense cloud, which would mean you're not getting through it. But I don't know. All these lines seem to be pointed down except for the blue and the green line, which seem to be shorter term oscillators, probably your 20 and 60, probably, I would guess. On a daily basis, the cloud is thin. It's delicate, isn't it? And that's probably because, let's see, yes, you've been moving sideways more or less, but slightly upwards. That's nice. Indicators get less reliable when you're being like up and down sideways, right? But overall bullish, not really crossing down too much. Your cloud is getting thicker. Interesting stuff, and I don't really know what I'm looking at. We are finding support on that red line, an area that you look to be having resistance and support on at various moments throughout this thing's history. So daily speaking, this is looking good, right? But the weekly speaking would imply turbulence ahead. Maybe a move up, sure, but nothing ridiculous, right? Let's see. And I mean, to be fair, this is like the first month that you've been above, or like month and a half that you've been above this line, the like green line of your cloud, whatever for whatever that's worth. From a high point to a low point here, 382 down here, common thing to do. You could go all the way back to your 236 and be fine, honestly, based off the fibs. But if you break out, you move up to your 618, 69 area, boom, you got some resistance right over there, right at about 29, 30 cents. Maybe that's where you go. That would make sense, both on the Ichimoku Cloud and on the Fibonacci retracement, right? And then in price action too, because you have resistance points and support points back here. Resistance points right there, right? Support points back here. Even you could go a little higher, but I doubt you'd pierce too much past this cloud, right? And that'll be there, right? No matter what price does, that is fixed. That's a fixed to the charts, right? Everything that the price does from here on out just changes this stuff, but that's there. So over the time to come, if you are to move up, and it looks like you are moving up, if you are to move up and the daily looks like you want to move up, then the weekly does allow for you to move up here and still find resistance. So maybe you do move up here. Maybe by the time this thing moves up, you move down and you find support at the base of the cloud, and then you can break out. I don't know. You got this nice like channel going up. I don't know. I'm just painting a pretty picture here on a not pretty indicator. That's why I don't like the Ichimoku Cloud, man. It's just so much. It's not easy on the eyes. It is, though, once you understand it. And some people, I know some people use it without these oscillators, but to my knowledge, you need the oscillators. Like it's more than just the cloud itself, but that's most people just use a basic understanding of the cloud. I'm not judging yours, Mr. Hat. I'm not judging your understanding. I'm sure you have an understanding of it, right? But Just most people that I've seen talk about it, they really only understand the cloud. They don't go over the oscillators so much. It can get as high as 30 cents on the cloud. Yeah, yep. We went over the same thing there, man. I don't know. Was I a slow reader that time, or were you a slow co-analyzer there? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Kingdom Sam, XLM. You want it, you got it, man. I can already tell this is going to run a little bit longer than intended. We're going to talk about Pepe 2.0 now. I hope that sufficed, Mr. Hat. And if it didn't, well, I'm going to have to put it back on there. Let's go to Pepe 2.0. For more price action history, what? Pepe 2.0. 0.20, oops. Pepe 20, Pepe 2.0. Right here. It kind of did. Kind of did. Appreciate you too. I don't, on CoinTrader, on Coin, it was on Coin, oh, on CoinTrader, not on CoinX. I got you. Well, I'm sorry. I could do that. I could do, maybe not in this stream, but you could just send me the link in Discord. I'd be happy to click on it. I know I'm not trying to make you self-conscious every time I talk crap about it. It's only because it's not on TradingView, my dojo, where I feel safe and I can just, you know, I know how to use everything. And it's very similar on CoinTrader, but it's just not as appealing, right, on the eyes. But I know I give you crap about it, but you can send a link. Mr. Hat sent me a link right now. He wants me to do it. All right, maybe we'll do it. Oh, it's a private one. We're going to take this away. Oh, you know what? Actually, first, need to do this, Pepe 2.0, and then boom. Now, I believe you guys can't see it. Yes, you cannot see it. Yes. Okay. So, let's read here. CoinTrader Pro. We'll make this one small, bring it down, minimize that, and pull this up. All right, you guys ready? Boom. Should be on there. Okay. Is this me? Is this my analysis of Vertcoin? So it looks like last time I was somewhat right for most of the move, right? I was thinking you'd probably come up. Yeah, because I drew this. I guess it's just still on here from the last time. RSI still on there and everything. Okay, so we're going to do the Ichimoku Cloud one more time here. Why is it looks so much better than it did before? Like, it didn't look like this before. Mr. Hat, I've got no problems now, man. Maybe it's because it doesn't have a nighttime mode. Is that what it is? I hate the non-nighttime. It's got to have it somewhere. All right. I'm having too much fun being silly here. Let's go. I already know, Mr. Hat, 20, what was it, 20, 60, 120, 30. Right? And I don't see it, but I'm fairly positive it is that. Yes, okay. That is me. All right, so weekly time frame here, because you have more history. Some dense clouds, definitely some dense clouds. Gotten above it before, but you consolidated around it, and then you moved up here. Broke just above it. The cloud was thinner, so you did when it wasn't as thick. You went into it, consolidated around your green line, and then moved up. Maybe as you move into it, this green line will increase in price. This one, or maybe it's this one. I don't know which one. It wouldn't be this one. And you might find support on it. I don't know. Go on settings, appearance, and you can change the colors manually. Automatic settings, appearance. Okay. Okay. Well, boom. Yeah, I don't know. I might not mess with that too much, Mr. Hat, actually, because I don't want to blind everybody or spend time doing that. Sorry. But on a weekly time frame, this is it, right? This is it. Yes, okay. I guess it looks better, in my opinion. This weekly time frame does look good, finding support at the base of the cloud. Probably moving up higher. And then, yeah, 30 cents being your highest. I bet I could see you going to 30 cents and then pulling back, but then maybe potentially breaking through it when the cloud's thinner. But again, I don't know much about this. What about the daily time frame? Let's look at it. Daily. Yeah, same thing. I was expecting it to be the same because this is a longer term historical chart. That's why I didn't look at the daily, because I figured the shorter term one would suffice as well, but it looks the same. Daily RSI even looks good. But the cloud looks the same as what I remember on the last one. It looks like it wants to move up. It looks bullish, yeah. Finding support on this red line, which again, it's not the most respected thing, but it seems to be respected at times. You know, got the cross. The daily looks bullish. It's thin now, sure, but I don't think you're going to break. I think you're going to go up more, personally. You could, if you do move lower, maybe to the cloud and then off it and then up. But I think we're done here. Okay, next, I think it would. What did it do before to think how it would perform next? Okay. Well, in a very similar environment to the one that you have now, which I'm not seeing. Because I want to compare it to a similar environment, right? Which might be like this here, right? Bull market behavior, of course. Here, you weren't anywhere near your cloud. You just continue to move up, right? You finally had your first cross after you got below your cloud for your first time throughout the whole cycle. And you did find support on the red line several times. Found support here, found resistance here. Found support on it there, resistance and support on it back here. You like this red line back whenever the cloud was doing similar things. We go back even further to find other similarities, perhaps. I can't. It won't let me. TradingView would let me because I have the premium, but won't let you do it here. So perhaps you don't pull back to your cloud, and perhaps you do just continue to hold your red line, and then you stay away from the cloud and you just keep moving up until probably 30 cents, and then you'll have that in-between phase where you do go below your cloud for the first time all cycle, and then maybe have your next leg up. I think you're moving up to 30 cents, though. I hope that suffices for Mr. Hat. I lost 20 viewers for you, my friend. Come on. You already reached 2014. Oh, so that was all the way. That was its history. So it's full-blown history there. Did I reach it? It just had a different bull cycle. Or maybe it only had one bull cycle. I guess, yeah, really one. To be fair, yeah, I guess really one. Maybe you won't move higher than 30 cents, man. Or if you do, I don't think you'll move above like $2. But I don't know. I could be wrong, man. I don't know enough about this project to really have a genuine opinion. But all right, let's move on. It is giving me a headache. We're going to move on. Pepe 2.0. Here we are. We're talking about Pepe 2.0 now. Wait, how I moved on already. Let's see. How low does it go if it goes down? I said that, Mr. Hat. I'm sorry, I did say that. It wouldn't go much lower. I forget what it was. Let me see. BTC. I bet we could concoct it here, right? Like probably. I feel like that was right. Like right around 6.5 cents, 6.7 or 8 cents maybe is what it was. The lowest I would see it going based on the fibs, based on this, would be anywhere from like 6.1 to 6.5, 6.6 cents if it goes lower. But I don't think it does. I think if you were to break this 382, you would have already. I don't think it does. I think it moves up more. Personally. But it could, but I don't think it does. But I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. Anyways, Pepe. YouTuber on YouTube. If BCH goes down to $3, are we screwed? Maybe not screwed. But I'm definitely going into a bunker. No, I don't know, man. I don't think it would look good. I would think, yeah, probably screwed. It wouldn't prevent it from seeing new all-time highs, but it wouldn't be good. It definitely would not be good. A neat shortcut. Thank you very much for going over. No problem, my friend. To pull up the last hat, Mr. Hat teaching me things I should know. But we're not going to do it. Okay, Control Shift T. Boom, baby. What's up? Oh my goodness. Okay, based on the cloud, my friend. Considering you'd move down, it would be around here, right? 6.9 cents. Very nice. To the red would be 6.45 cents. Because Because probably not down here. Probably not. It'd probably be over here that you would move to. Right? It wouldn't happen today or tomorrow. It'd happen over the days to come, probably. But if it were all the way down here, 6.3 cents, around 6 cents itself, that same general kind of, it agrees with the fibs if you were to go down. But I don't think you will. But if you were to. Okay, guys. Enough. I know. I'm sorry. We're on to the next one. Pepe 2.0. Looking like it wants to move down. Looking like it wants to move down. I think it does. Low to high. Yep. You're moving. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Off your 886. I'm sticking with it. I think you are moving down. I would really like to see you hold this 886. Because if it breaks, that opens the door to move down a lot lower. So your goal is not to not move below this line. It's to not close below this line. You want to hold this area on a closing basis. You could totally, in one day, go all the way down here, then come back up and close here. That's fine. It's the closing below the line that would make me scared for the current prices of this thing. So maybe just prove me wrong entirely and don't even move down and move up. Just do that instead. Wouldn't that be better? Looking at the 4 hour, it's neutral. Not a whole lot to go off of there. I just can't help but think it is going to move lower, though. Low to high. I could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, you just have to close above the 786, which is at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros, 33675, 3368, whatever that is, or 336. It'd be 33686 or 33676. I can't tell. Somewhere in that area. Close above there on any given day, and that would invalidate the idea of going lower. But if you do go lower, you need to hold this area here, the 7 zeros, like 257 area. You need to hold that 2559 area. Down is my vote, my ultimate vote. Down. I think you're moving down, but not a lot. Hopefully, hopefully just a little bit. You don't even have to reach for this level. You know, you could do that, but if you do reach for this level, a nice bounce, a nice double bottom would always be accepted. But a wick down that closes back up is okay as well. So as far as how low it goes, I'm not quite convinced, but I am convinced it goes lower. Talk to me when you're above here, and then we can talk about you going higher. But until then, I'm actually a little concerned for this. ENA, Ethena, it's one of these here, right? So we'll do this one. It's brand new, and it came out at a point in the cycle that was literally the beginning of this downward move. So either they planned that or they were just unfortunately unlucky. I feel like that happens a lot. People release things in the high points, not the low points. And I feel like it would make more sense to release at the low points, but people are more excited at the high points. You know, it's harder to say, but. No, not really expecting lower lows, Mr. Hat. Definitely not. Hi, C-Zar. Daniel Bandini here. What's up, Mr. Arturo? Any chance to look at Vayot? Probably not tonight. Probably not tonight, my friend. Just to not waste your time. I will talk about it tomorrow night. Absolutely, I will. I'll even write the name. But no, probably not tonight. I'm going to go to bed here soon. We're going to talk about this one. And then for Bobby C, we're going to talk about American Airlines. Then we're going to wrap it up. I've got Digibyte, Mana, Link, XLM, and then Vayot for tomorrow. But it's been 2 hours. It's been a little over 2 hours. I'm gonna end it here, right? After this, we'll do AA and then wrap it up. And I'll probably BS for a second with you guys, but that's about it. Low to high. Down here. Looking constructive. But also could go to the downside. What you don't want to do really, primarily, is you don't want to get below this 1272. You want to hold that as support, right? You've held the 1886 200 area. You've held the 1618. You've held the 0.14 area, 1414 area. Sorry. You want to hold the 1272 area now. So hold that as support, 31 cents, 30.9 cents. Hold that as support. Your goal is to really close above 36.132 cents. You do that, I'm convinced this is a low. If you do anything else, like find this as resistance and then close below this, or you don't even reach for there, you reach for your 100 and then you close below this 1272, that gives me some concern. It's not really concerning though until you start closing below the 1414, and in which case I would believe that you're going down to your 2272 at about 20.6 cents. So your goal is to get above 36.132 cents. Do that. And definitely don't close below 30.9 cents. And if you do, don't close below 29.19 cents. You close below there, you close below this daily low close here, likely you're going to 20.6 cents. And that's okay. But just when is the bleeding going to stop, right? That's the question. It came out at a bad time, so, or maybe a great time, who knows, but great time technically, but bad time overall. You want to see it stop bleeding eventually. And it does have some kind of bullish divergence forming, kind of constructive opportunity on the daily RSI, bullish on the 4-hour RSI. I like that. I like seeing that, so that's good. Let's just see you continue doing this, man. Keep moving up. That's my only request. High to low. Yeah, don't get below 31 cents. It's a significant level on multiple things. Sorry, I had to give my wife her keys. Let's see, ENA. So yeah, that's that. Just don't break below 31 cents. Keep moving up, man. And actually, based off the same fib, a good target to have would also be 37.6 cents. 37.6 cents, that's your 618 here. And then your 618 there is at about 40 cents. Yeah. So anyways, that's that. That's ENA. Let's talk about AA, and then I don't know what just happened there. Oh, not AA USD, AA American Airlines, right? Isn't it American Airlines? Isn't it AA? AAL, American Airlines Group. Is it American Airlines? It is AAL. Is this what you were saying, Bobby C, if you're still in here? Appreciate you, Mr. Arturo. Appreciate you, my friend. Would it be late to buy BCH mid-September? No. Yes. Both. In a certain context, it's late to buy BCH now. You're above the ribbon. You had all this chance to buy in it or below it, even recently, right? And at a certain sense, no. You're still below last cycle's peak, of which we're expecting to exceed and even exceed the previous cycle's peak, right? We're still in the point where we haven't broken out of this consolidation phase that BCH has been in since its inception, right? We're still in this consolidation phase. We haven't broken out of it. So no, it's not too late. September's next month. We could have been broken out by then. I hear you. I wouldn't say it's too late. I think it's too late. Too late. Probably after December. And Bitcoin Cash could be worth over 2,000 in December. Maybe it's only worth 1,000. Maybe somewhere in between. But too late, no. I think too late would be December, personally. So ho, 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 you can buy all the BCHs you want until then. But no, I don't think so. Thank you, Andy1, my dear. I am going to do something at the end here just for funsies. I'm going to do a typing speed thing to show you guys how fast I can type. I'm not the fastest, but I got skills. I got some skills. There's probably some people in here that can type faster, but we're just going to do it for fun. You can try out the auto fib retracement. I've tried it. I've tried it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Mr. Hat. I don't like it. I've tried it, and I just don't. It puts fibs somewhere in places that I just don't think they belong. Maybe I'm using the wrong indicator. Maybe there's more sophisticated indicators or ways to dial it in more. But, I mean, I'm not going to use it here. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while. Maybe I just haven't used it. I'm going to use it here. We're gonna see auto fib retracement indicator. Like I wouldn't draw a fib there. That's not where I would draw. You know, like that's not that. You can. I get it. I get why it's there. It makes sense. But why wouldn't you just draw the fib all the way back here? And you're respecting your 886. You respected the 618, 69, 382 kind of. Like if I drew it from, it was here that he drew it from, right? I get it. I kind of get that there. And it's probably respected to some degree, sure. I don't know. I just, that makes less sense. It's not that it doesn't make complete sense, but I'd rather use this one or the more relative one. I just, oftentimes it doesn't go like this makes more sense, but it's very similar, right? It's not the exact, like they're both at their 1414 area. I don't know. And again, fibs placements are so speculative, and it is a discernible low and discernible high, but it just makes me wonder, it's like, why this one? Why not this one? This was your one that sent you on this relative move. Why not? And I get it. This is like the base of this kind of like V, this like upside down V. But like, why not the low to the high of the overall shape? I don't know. You know, that's, and maybe I just have a poor understanding of fibs in themselves. But I mean, this is the tool that I've used for a while. But it works 50-50. Yeah. You can also change the settings. I bet if I finagled with it, it'd be better. But maybe I really should. I really should take a deep dive, man. Do a workshop on my own TA, because I haven't in a while. I've just been riding, coasting. I need to up the skills a little bit. Definitely implement harmonics again is what I want to do. Yeah, I think you find support here, though, on American Airlines. I do. I think it's found support. I think it's at a point where it will turn around. I like the 069. I like the somewhat, you kind of do have bullish divergence on your weekly, actually. Not kind of, technically you do. It's not there until you have a green week, though. And the daily looks sad, looks very sad. So you could go lower. You could go a little lower, but maybe you don't go lower than this. I like this as a low. As weird as that might sound, I actually do like this as a low. If you do go lower than that low, then I would say maybe you go down, you get like some kind of overall double bottom, but I don't think you break through this. And yeah, American Airlines probably is about to rip. Probably. Maybe it's about to rip to the downside. I don't know, actually. Let me look at the bearish ideas here. Low to high. I don't know, man. You do want to hold that low. You don't want a lower low. You definitely don't want that, because then you're going down to below $6, potentially even below $4 could happen. So hard to say, but I like it as a low. For now, I do like it as a low. At the 1414 on two relative fib retracements, it's at the 886 of the overall move from a low to a high point here. So I like it. Bullish divergence on the weekly unless you just keep going lower. But I do like where you are, so I think you will move up. Anyways, there's that. Mr. Hat hitting me up here. Depth is 10, but you can change it to 50 or 200. Yeah, definitely. No, I will, man. I definitely will. I should. I really should. I've got plans. I just need to do them and not be lazy and stick with it, right? Bring more to the channel, because I've got more time to do that, so I really should take advantage of that while I can. And then that'll just help the channel grow. It'll help us all grow, right? Getting a bit too stale with the same few indicators, but they're very, very relevant. We love TA. Yeah. No, it's good to implement new indicators. I think it's good to keep the basics. Bro, you need to relax. Yeah, Mr. Hat. You heard him, man. You heard him. PK, I appreciate you. He's just giving constructive feedback. I don't know, guys. I take constructive feedback pretty good. It doesn't have to. You don't have to butter me up the whole time. You know, tell me the things I need to. You know, and everybody's different. I don't know. Everybody's different, but I don't take any offense to what Mr. Hat's saying. I think he understands. I don't know. I don't feel like he's pushing the lines. I do. I think it would be, and they are relevant. He is saying that they are relevant, but you are just recommending stuff. But I would just say, you know, using the same stuff. I get where it can be stale, and there are some things, and I've kind of hinted at it even actually in the beginning of this. It might have been in the first 15 minutes that you missed too, Mr. Hat, where I was thinking about for each chart, I might have different. You know, I might have the same chart like BCH, 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 BCH across 4 charts, but each one has a different layout. You guys see how I do this normally, right? I keep it basic, And then I throw the things on there. I throw the fib retracement on there. I draw the channels sometimes, right? I'll have the channels on there. Other things, so I notice them. Things with the RSI, of course, like we deep dive it, we scrape it from that. But having one that's just the EMA ribbons, having something that is like moving average more based, or like more based in moving averages, the MACD, Bollinger Bands, Elliott wave setups, stuff like that, harmonics. Like I could have 7 different tabs open with all these different templates, and it would give it a little more sustenance. And I hear that too, right? I definitely hear that too. Yeah, and I can do that, right? I got the premium. I can have as many tabs open as I want, which is nice. Why not take advantage of that? Yeah, I do that too, Mr. Hat. Honestly, I just don't do it here. I do it on my phone. I do it on my computer. Actually, I do it here, but I don't do it like I've got different tabs open. I've got like 4 different tabs open here. This is my for you guys section. You can only see these. You can't see. I say tabs. I'm sorry. I have 4 different browsers open with their own tabs. I have all these tabs open. I'm not the best with the lingo, but yeah, that's fine. And I think it's good to keep it simple. I think it's very good to keep TA simple, but it's good to look at other things too that are simple and that you understand. Don't look at things that you don't understand. Try to understand them, but premium, and now I can use them without paying it. Oh, that's nice. That's kind of interesting. That's nice. You created the layouts. Did you create like indicators, like templates? You just have them saved. That's cool. It is a balance. Yeah. Stick with your stuff. But that's what, like, whenever I started learning technical analysis, I would see people who I admired change their strategy up after like watching them for a year or 2 years, and they bring on this new indicator. They're doing things differently. They get rid of an indicator that they loved and they don't use it as much anymore. And they reference it every now and then. And that always got me a little bit like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, why are you changing things up? And nobody likes change. But I get it. Like as a technical analyst myself, there are points where you do have to just kind of move on with new things. And I probably will at some point. The 123 moving average might not stay on there this whole time. I might be getting rid of that soon. The RSI being alone, I'm probably going to throw on the MACD with that. And I am probably going to implement more things. But, talk is cheap. We'll see what it looks like when it happens. I don't want to say things and it doesn't happen, and I don't want to restrict it to the things that I say that it's going to be. It can be more. But enough of that. Now it's time to get real, guys. Typing speed. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right now. Free typing tests, typing speed. You guys can do it alongside, okay? I want to know how fast you guys are. We're going to do a minute long. We're going for accuracy and we're going for speed, okay? Anything less than 60 is not acceptable. What do you think of Roger Ver and his theory of BCH in the incoming future? I like Roger Ver. I think he's eccentric. I think he's compassionate and passionate. I think he's smart. I think he's made an ass out of himself. And maybe he didn't make an ass out of himself, but Jimmy Song and Tone Vays would have goes at him, and they'd poke fun at him, and he didn't handle it well. And they kept fueling the fire, and just other things. But he actually reminds me of one of my best friends that I've had in my life, who passed away. He doesn't exist now, but it reminds me a lot of him, actually. I bet we would get along if we knew each other. But, in fun fact, I actually have a friend who apparently does know Roger. He's a friend. He's the father of one of my friends, and he actually does know Roger Ver. And I'm like, dude, if you could introduce me to Roger, that'd be sick. That'd be dope. And like this, I didn't believe him, man, but he told me enough information about him. I'm like, oh wow, like he actually does. He knows this guy. I forget. I actually don't even know this guy's name. He's my friend's dad. One of my. But his last name's Dorenzo or Cole. His last name's Cole. His last name would be Cole, like Kohl. And he lives up in Clark. If Roger Ver's seeing this, if you got a friend with the last name Cole that lives in Clark, Colorado, north of Steamboat Springs, type racer is multiplier. is multiplayer. That way we can join the same lobby and race with our typing speeds. Can you show how to place the fib and how to make it show in the future? Yeah. So go to my playlist here. Go to C-Zar Gets Crypto. Go to playlists. If you click here, this will show you how to do it. If you want to do it, I've got a couple videos in there. Okay. All right, Mr. Hat. I'm gonna open up the DM, buddy. Let's see. All right, hold on. I'm going to do this. Going to minimize that. Going to bring up Type Racer here. And then we're bringing it up. All right. Guess racetrack. I clicked on it, Mr. Hat, but I didn't get the code you're talking about. Let's see. I sent a DM. That is the code. Join race. Join race. Let's see. Join race. Just click that. Okay. Okay, so it's red. Okay, so am I just racing you, Mr. Hat? Me and Mr. Hat are going to race. We're going to see who's faster. I don't know, Mr. Hat. I know I want to vote on myself, but I don't know. Click on join. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. I'm going to say I'm ready. I'm not ready yet. I'm going to say I'm ready, and then you count it down in the chat, okay? Okay, we got a guess right there. Is there a way that we could get other people in it? If not, if it's just you and me, that's okay. 8 seconds. We're doing it right now. All right, here we go, buddy. Oh, damn it, I got that one messed up. What? How did I mess that up? Come on. Come on! Oh, no. I don't know, dude. That's bad. That I want to redo. I've never gotten below 60 in my life. Wow. And I was very bad accurate. Dude, we're going. Could be you. We're doing it again. I want a rematch. And then when I beat you, we have to go for thirds, right? We have to go for thirds. Below 60? Hard text. That might be why, but hey, whatever. Let's get the pipe in here. All right, there we go. Oh, what the fuck? What am I missing? Oh, come on. I keep hitting the colon instead of the apostrophe. Oh, Mr. Hat, you got lucky there, bro. Come on. Oh. Dude, he's just better than me. I just got to accept. Oh, no. Oh, I hit the space bar. Oh. Whew. 74, buddy. GG. Fun. We're gonna do one more if you want to. I'm gonna do one more. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. I want it. Come on now. Don't keep. Oh, there we are. All right. Okay, I'm gonna take the pipe out this time. Oh. Oh no! What the fuck, man? Oh, bro. He beat me so bad on that one, dude. Oh my god. What? Come on. Bro, I was so cocky. So damn cocky. I haven't even broken 60. I swear I'm better than this. I don't know. Maybe I don't normally do it on as hard of a difficulty, but yeah. Very fun. Okay, all right. Let's wrap it up. Okay, he said GG before I even got done. All right. We're done. Thank you for Type Racer. That was fun. Everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching me lose to Mr. Hat. I'll see you on the next one.